Welcome to the introduction of 6 easy ways to drown your dragon to death.
Burble, motherfucker.
Step 1, olive oil. Very easy to unalive them because olive oil forms bubbles in their nose.
What?
Step 2, condoms.
Those are just a lie.
Step 3, pig intestines. Wrapped in butter. I mean, like actual, like, cases of butter, by the way. Yeah, that's pleasant enough. We'll let this be the ambience.
Yes, it's pretty. Well, that's right, I need random.org. Here we go!
You don't need your respirator!
Yay!
But I like my dust mask.
You can keep it on if you want. Okay.
Oh, you mean in game?
Yeah.
Oh, here I'm like, what? Was there some new CDC announcement?
That's not gonna happen.
Anyway, game time. We did
Yes. Gum team.
Gumpton.
Koto.
Gabato!
Good. Ah, yes. Janaya doesn't even take you directly, you know. She leads you through the whole little arch, but doesn't get all the way into the clearing where you can see some small monsters minding their business. No, instead they stop, you know, in this kind of pretty here. Just let you take a minute to look around and enjoy the fact that it's oddly peaceful. You know, it's a dangerous place, obviously, it goes without saying, but it's oddly peaceful. Maybe because of the fact that it's not in a cave, and I don't know, you're not like panicking because caves.
But aren't you just in a cave?
To describe this forest as deciduous would be accurate. Everything's very verdant in here, nice and green, except the, well, this sort of unique arch that you're walking under, and it doesn't look like it's crafted, but rather naturally that the trees have grown up and about halfway up kind of just started curving towards each other and winding their branches into a very large archway. Apparently it's about 20 feet off the ground. I needed that number. Okay.
Hello, who are you?
What?
Getting food or something. Alright.
Someone said hello.
Is everyone done talking to the DoorDasher?
Yes.
Want to let you get that one out. All right. Pretty tree archway. They're made of apparently a type of mesquite tree. Cool. We're finding this out together. I guess that explains their sort of red-brown color. The fact that the trees kind of smell good. Though you can see large thorns on them. Best not to touch them.
Yes, Beatrice is very wary of those thorns. She is going to, as they walk through the archway, she's going to get out Storm and Blaze. And then she's going to, let's see. I don't remember. I don't think she did any attempts at training with her idea for using the third weapon. I don't know if she could do that quite yet.
That might take some time.
Alright, so for the moment, she's going to do without. But later on, I think she will experiment with it. She has the idea, she just doesn't want to test it in a scenario like this.
Good idea. Rats. I don't make much of confusing rules. Okay. You do stop roughly halfway through this arch, though, and Janaya starts walking off towards the right, and they slip between two of the trees that are grown relatively close. But these two specifically have about a 4 or so foot gap, and she just kind of disappears into there. You can keep going straight if you want, but I mean,
Well, considering that she is kind of guiding everybody, she's going to follow Janaya.
Yeah, Fionn will follow as well.
/ follow.
She's like, we're going this way. I'm trying to decide which characters match other character stuff.
What level is everybody right now?
91.
Beatrice is currently level 100.
Okay.
She does have a stockpile of experience, though, so she can level up if needed. Probably a good 6 times, but I'm waiting until I can get a decent amount more.
I'm a level 100 too, but I'm looking at fuck, I don't remember what this is. The 6th digit to the left. What's that? Million? So 11,348,035 experience. Is that correct? Did I get that from somewhere?
That's probably right. I've got 3.5 million experience.
Okay.
Fionn's got 6.7 million.
I guess I just haven't used it for anything yet. Alright.
Yeah, like my sheets. Okie dokie. So,
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna lie down while we're not fighting and get comfy. Okie dokie. Yeah. So, let's see, who's first? I'm assuming Beatrice would probably be the first one, so they're the one who gets the arm in the chest. Because, there's only about 5 feet of clearance before you take a step right onto a slope. It's just nice and punishing for people that don't know what they're doing. Thankfully, Janaya was there to keep you from slipping through these large, albeit thorny, archway trees and down that nice, glistening, slightly muddy slope for what looks like quite some time through the canopy down below, a good 200 or 300 yards down.
That looks like it could be bad news.
That looks like a fun way to spend an evening surfing.
Well, yes, but we don't really know what's down at the bottom. That's what concerns me.
And you see Janaya just calmly reach over and grab a very large... And this is concerning when you see these. If you take a minute and look around, you can see on either side of this slope is an abundance of people-sized leaves. Thick leaves with a very leathery exterior.
Ah.
Oh. And then she'll break one off, and she'll just kind of slap it against her back, and then sit down. And without a second thought or hesitation, she'll use her heels to kick herself down and just disappear down the slope.
Well, for the moment, Beatrice is going to put the very pointy things that she's carrying back into her inventory and do the same.
I'm debating if which encounter I should roll for. The one you came to murder, which would be harder, or another one. I think for the sake of expedience, it might just be good to do the direct hunting first.
Yeah.
You know, hence the shortcuts, skipping all the other ones and taking you directly to the, specific ones.
Yeah. Well, Leon is going to go leaf sledding as well.
Ah, yes. You realize how long this is, and how fast you're going. Very fast.
I think
no.
Leon's going to love it.
It's a concerning speed that you're moving at. Enough so that you can feel the difficulty of trying to sit up just all over your body. And you go for about 400 feet before you get to the canopy. And if you think fast enough, which I'm assuming you're not that dumb that you're going to be sitting straight up looking, you'll notice this very small, it's not easy to see from up there, but as you get closer, you can see what looks like an intentionally grown branch system keeping the canopy from covering the slope in a sort of little tunnel. And once you do get through that tunnel, you can just see these rapidly passing shadows flickering overhead from the sunlight trying to pierce down through the thick canopy. And you keep sliding until you feel a slight curve. And after about 2 minutes of just sliding on this leaf, you will eventually get to the bottom where the mud thickens up naturally and you're able to just go flying off with a thump. If that mud wouldn't have slowed you, though, you probably would have went and received a much harder fling.
Just like thud straight into a tree.
And dead.
So you get about
Excuse me.
5 seconds to look around before Janaya grabs you and yoinks you off to the side because they know what's coming.
Yeah, somebody else. Just a giant pileup of people. Just in time to get stomped by a monster.
Yeah, okay. That was awesome.
Having reached the bottom and no longer in danger of impaling somebody or something with her daggers, she's going to draw them again, ready to battle.
Quite interesting, though. Shania will kneel down and take all of the leaves that everyone slid themselves on, and they'll walk over to what looks like a curious-looking tree with no greenery on it whatsoever, even all the way up where it sticks into the canopy, and they'll stick the leaves into these little openings on it, and continue on their way, gesturing for you little hooligans to follow through this. Yeah, let's see. Very arboreal, that'd be the good word. Just this is the whole thing. Of course, if you wanted to stop and inspect, I guess you could see that, you could actually see this interesting, and it's weird, but it looks like a naturally formed tunnel. It just kind of goes all the way up.
Ooh. You know, if this place wasn't full of monsters that were trying to kill us, this would be a beautiful place to come for an evening.
A lot of people come here to relax. We're gonna need water. Damn it! This dehydration shit is killing me.
So you said they slotted these leaves into holes on the tree?
Yeah.
Are these like mechanical return holes, or is it just like a natural knot hole or something?
No, they're just part of the dungeon. They just always do that. Dungeon deals with itself. They just have the courtesy to put them back. Though, and you do look back. If you do look back at the tree, you'll see that those leaves have made it up the canopy.
Huh. Okay then.
Once and so you are currently in a 30-ish foot wide clearing with what looks like thick, very tall, thick grass on either side. And Shania is just going to gesture for you to, take your time to get yourself ready. Because if you look at your little indicator, it'll inform you that you have hit floor 63 here. It's gonna be 64. Or no, is it 64? Hold on. Oh, it's 65. Look at that.
Oh!
Alright. Oh, since... Wait, were you informed ahead of time that we were coming here? I forget.
What?
Were we informed ahead of time that we were coming here? I forgot.
Yeah, because you were going to a dungeon.
Okay. Naibai would have wanted to make, like, a packed lunch for everyone before we got started.
Ah, they better have time to do that.
Yeah, okay. Then Naibai will surprise everyone with foods.
Oh, thank you.
You know, that's a good idea.
It's not like a huge meal, but it's nice to have a little food.
Correct.
You can't fight on an empty stomach.
Well, you could, but it's less enjoyable.
Aye, but it's not very fun fighting on an empty stomach.
Shania will give you time to sit down and enjoy your lunches.
In that case, Beatrice will do exactly that.
Leon will as well.
Content. What waits? They have foreknowledge of what they're going to. You don't.
Naibai will offer them a sandwich.
Thank you. They will happily take your sandwich.
Aw, Naibai smiles.
Oh.
Look, Beatrice is delighted to see the smile. She's not used to seeing Naibai smiling.
Naibai's not used to seeing Naibai smile.
It warms her little heart. Her vicious little heart.
Janaya just instinctively, slowly reaches out and gives a gentle pat between ears with that large paw.
No, okay. She doesn't flinch. Naibai's trusting you.
Yeah.
So say the dice, but only you. Is Naibai attracted to them? Hold on. Okay, no, that's a 2. They are acquaintances. Very friendly acquaintances.
I was gonna say that's something dangerous to be attracted to.
Isn't it?
I just
Alana.
imagine Naibai messing with Fiona by going, "Your mom's hot."
Your MILF is
Faraji
hot.
does it. Faraji does it about Alana.
You do.
Especially
Yeah.
since she got that new tattoo just for Janaya.
Now that time, the done eating time, the time of which the food has been consumed. There we go.
I use this.
Got your murder sticks and everything.
Yep. Naibai ties their sling in an accessible location and gets their yo-yo ready because it's been a while since they've used that.
Fionn will get his what was it? His Radix bow?
Ratarak.
Ratarax bow, yeah.
Just so you know, Janaya is going to grant you one piece of assistance, as you deserve some assistance. It will offer a singular piece of what's known as fire chalk.
Fire chalk?
Fire chalk. They explain it with a piece that they themselves have. Quite simple. When they pull out a fairly large, looks like just I guess cooking knife. I don't know what they use this for. It's mysterious and it was auto-generated. Mysterious cooking knife. I can use that. They display how it works by pushing it down, make sure that the blade bites into it, and in one motion they send it all the way across to the tip, and right before your eyes you can see a bright spark and then just the ignition of the blade getting covered in fire.
Whoa.
Ah, it's pyroclastic.
One-time use.
So, who should we hold on to it? I think, honestly, either Mob or Bonnie should hold on to that.
What? No, you hold on to your own. That's for you. I have my piece, you have your piece. Warden's already fire. I don't need it anyway.
Aye, but double fire.
Yeah, but that's not. That is not how that works.
Oh yeah, so when Ivy moves around, do the spirits have to walk or are they just like floating either side of her? Not Ivy, fucking...
They
Beatrice.
can choose to walk. Storm chooses to walk. Blaze chooses to sit on Storm's shoulders.
Are they like brothers?
Literally interconnected souls.
Nah. Well, Fion's gonna make sure his grip is tight on his hand and he's ready. Alright, I think I'm ready.
Okay. Janelle will walk over to the edge of the clearing and you can just see what looks like this sort of like face of, I'm not sure if it's concern or if it's just curiosity. When they exit the clearing and when you follow, you notice that that clearing was on a very large cliff. And from the edge of this cliff, you can look all the way down and see a very obvious clearing meant for a combat of some kind. It's large enough that it looks big from here. But what's more interesting is you can see what looks like a smaller canyon amidst this forest, and this large clearing is located at the mouth of it, and further in through that canyon, surrounded on all sides but this opening right here that you can see from up here, looks like some sort of oasis with possibly a small village in it.
Oh,
Well, this is most curious.
aye, it is. But at the same time, the place is still beautiful.
That
It really is.
is the Gardens of Aremia.
Wow.
Beatrice going to nod. Yep. On program.
You have to get to those gardens, and from there, you have to take the proper ingredients, and you have to turn them into a solution that will let you open the way to the remainder of the dungeon, which is located beneath the garden.
Is that
How
where
do you
we're
spell-
going?
How do you spell that? Aremia?
Iremia.
Okay.
Is that where we're going, or is this as far as we're going?
We're just going to that, and they'll point to the clearing in front of it.
Alright.
Now this is the fun part. And you just see Janaya casually walk off the cliff.
What? Fion's gonna run over to the edge of the cliff and look down.
Beatrice is going to walk over here over the edge, wondering what exactly Janaya has.
Looks like Janaya just kind of walked off, and about 140 feet down? Excuse me. Let's see. 147 feet down. They landed on what looks like a very large mushroom with very squishy, or not really like squishy, well, squishy but not sticky properties to it. And you can see them just sit up and stretch.
Naibai
So
is not.
Beatrice needs to step off to basically land feet first on it.
Naibai is not even gonna look if they landed like somewhere down there. Naibai is pretty confident that they have enough agility to do the same.
Fion. Oh. Alright. Alright.
Ah, yes. It's just Fionn and Mob left. And
See,
just Mob
if
staring at
I had realized that Fionn was going to be so afraid of it, Beatrice would have pushed him.
No, see, now we're in that situation where he's gotta scare himself into jumping off.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, you guys usually push me. Oh, wait, I know. What's that over there? What? Ah!
I'm a little worried.
What?
You afraid to go down?
Not that. It's just, I'm a little afraid of the heights.
Let me give you
But
some advice. Come here.
What's that? He's gonna go over to Mob. What?
Mob, just wrap his arm around Fionn. You know the best part about life?
What's that?
And with that, Mob will just lean forward and take you with his mask. You can't stop what's coming.
Just all the way down. Swish.
Ah, yes. The difference. Fionn screaming. Mob. Ah! Ah! The insanity. He's very crazy. He's happy though.
When they land on the mush. Huh?
You both find out that this is a big mushroom. This thing is like a fucking bouncy castle. You just and you go up for a few feet and then again.
And they land, Fion's just gonna be laying there.
All of your internal organs feel pain. Because
I imagine Beatrice and Naibai can probably leap close to distances like that.
I mean, probably. It still hurts when everything comes to a sudden stop, though.
Yeah. That's why it's so smooshy. And the
Yeah.
thing I had to learn was how to take the landing.
It's just like those crash pads in Hollywood movies.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like you
Fion's-
can hit it, but you gotta hit it right.
Yeah.
I.e.
Fion's
not on
mane
the
is-
neck.
Pretty much.
Fion's mane is all poofed up. Am I dead? Are we dead? Is this the afterlife? Are we back at the guild?
Oh, sugar in the jungle.
Yeah.
Alright.
I wonder. Don't eat that.
I'm not going to eat it.
Mob will just put the piece he pulled off back. And miraculously, the mushroom will just kind of reattach that piece. Just
Fion is going to get off of the mushroom.
we got puke over there.
Yeah. He's going to get off the mushroom correctly.
Hey, wait a second. We just landed on a sex organ.
You know, that is true, actually.
Hey, bouncy balls.
Fion, it's fine. Is everyone else alright?
I'm alright. Yeah.
I'm alive. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm alive.
Hey, that's good. Everybody made it in one piece. I wasn't aware that we would have to be jumping.
Well, we are skipping levels. That usually means going down.
Yeah.
Or up.
You are now right down at 80 exactly.
Ah, damn, we skipped 69.
Maybe the mushroom was 69 and it just went straight to 80.
You know the shortcut that will actually take you from 1 to 69 though.
Eh, eh.
Well, technically 70, but she knows how to backtrack for another shortcut one floor up.
Yep.
So, are there just like shortcuts everywhere in dungeons? You just have to find them?
Yeah. You just gotta find them.
Oh, well, shit.
It just takes experience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with using the shortcuts. You know you're going to a harder floor faster. Dungeon doesn't care. Listen, it's a dungeon. It just does its thing. Sometimes it makes a little too many monsters, and you gotta get rid of them. That's why the overflow dungeons have to be dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
This one was one until 2 months ago.
Before there's a shortcut from the entrance to the boss.
So
No.
there is a shortcut from the entrance to 5 floors before the boss in this dungeon, the Sosei of the Dice. The issue is this dungeon boss would, like, the dungeon's final boss would absolutely wipe the party. This boss has a
Yeah.
good chance of it, but you know, well, you got teamwork.
Alright, so.
You know it gets serious when the music stops.
When you aren't even doing anything and the music stops. Oh.
Shania will just gesture towards this another little shortcut from here to the inside of that opening area.
Beatrice will follow carefully.
He's gonna go ahead and knock a stinger arrow, but he's gonna keep it. He's not gonna draw it.
I know you might need that. Get that ready. Get that ready.
Hey.
Once Janaya steps in the opening, they'll just kind of lean themselves comfortably against the tree and slide down, and they'll snap their finger, just point at what looks like a very large rock or pile of wood. You can't really tell from here. Get that. It is about 200 yards away, but you can see it.
Did she say shoot it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Oh, wait. Oh, I have an idea. Better idea. I don't need fire. So here. And then Mob will walk up and just spark the arrow with that fire chalk.
Alright. He's not gonna use any skills right now. So let me do math.
You know, my favorite thing is if your agility is high enough, you can literally just Dark Souls dodge roll poke bosses to death.
Mm-hmm.
Get them down to 1 HP and then run up and stab them in the butt.
Alright, let's see. Start with AT 455 plus arrow 8356 plus 5716. Okay. And wait, dice roll. Where's my dice? Here's my D and dice. Dice say 99. Damn. Okay,
Well,
so
it's a little harder to get much better than that.
plus the 150 corrosive. Okay, so total for just this base attack is 14,776.
Ah, yeah. direct impact right on the top of it, on the smallest little protrusion. And Shania just, good luck.
What? Good luck.
You
Is
can
that?
see, the party's collective UI. It's filled with Zoiros, is what it says, with very fancy. Ooh, very fancy. Is that a Catholic text? The Verdant Knight. You
Oh,
thunked it. And then you can see, yeah, it's not a log at all. And that
Jesse.
log starts to move. And when that log stands up, even at this distance, you can realize it's big. That thing
Oh,
probably got a few feet on Mons in height, actually.
oh. Think I should have hit it a little harder.
And well, it looks like another log lying on the ground. It'll reach down and grasp it, and then you can see it slowly pull it from the earth where it's
I'm
had
still here.
grass and weeds grow over it, and you just see it ripping roots with a single arm to free whatever it's pulling. And when it's done pulling, it's an enormous sword that is taller than it almost. It's very wide with very sharp, angled, double-edged blade that kind of has a upswept guard to it, a relatively straight shape, with a nice color, or in this case, it's probably a fucking blood brew, honestly. And it has a sort of
I thought that was the
broad.
same thing.
Well, they're technically two different things. Colors are meant to remove weight. Blood grooves are literally accentuations meant to hold blood and look cool.
Uh,
Yeah. A lot of people like to call a fuller a blood groove, though. Anyways,
They're not the same.
the yeah, it's not the same, but they like to call it that. The very end of it, though, it does look like there's some sort of large, rusted over lasp of some kind, also known as a latch in modern languages, but a lasp is technically like a flat locking piece, and it has a what is that? Sort of like a mushroom head shape, or like a flattened mushroom top or a mushroom cap shape to the top of it. Very intimidatingly large is one of the things, and it's sharp because you can see the glistening edges at this distance. This is yes, that's Zeros though. That's your boss. It's a very disadvantageous area though, because you notice one thing: there's not a lot of shadows.
Poor Raji.
All right, Faraz,
He's
just
just gonna have to use his sister's shadow.
okay. It's approaching slowly. I'm trying to find its music, but it's walking very slow, taking its time. Honestly,
Beatrice is going to attempt to slip behind somebody to fall out of its attention. And she's like, I can follow the tank.
so, do we have a plan here?
I'm thinking. Everyone, just hold here for a moment. Doesn't seem to be moving very quick, so we might be able to just come up with some. It is
So,
close enough, though, that you can see that it's clad in what looks like moss-covered green and maroon armor, though it does have beautiful ornateness to it. where it's not green or maroon, it has sort of bronze coloration for the embossings and such. It's like a
Ooh.
stylized knight's armor almost. Very pretty.
So Beatrice is going to prepare herself to attack. Basically, she's going to use a few things. Let's see. I'm reading over something to make sure I got the thing. But she is going to use her lightning lash, which is basically making her attacks imbued with additional lightning, which is
Mm.
not very much. By the way, I'm trying to remember. That doesn't get any bonus from her. Like, it doesn't get additional dice rolls or anything.
It would say if it does, I'm pretty sure.
It does. Okay.
It would
And
say it does, yeah.
so that is good. And it would benefit from her attack bonus, right?
Yeah, like all your spells, all your fancy abilities and all that, you get to calculate it all, so you're on even footing with things like this.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether it was just a slight enhancement or if it would count as a magical attack. But since it counts as a magical attack, that's even better. I'm going to need calculators, so I'll open one up.
Oh my god, he's tanky.
So then we're probably not going to kill it in under 5 rounds.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, why?
Because that's about how long it takes most of these folks' skill cooldowns to come back online. So we probably want to space out our skills instead of dumping everything at the start.
Yeah. Because some of Fion's skills take. Two of Fion's skills take 14 and 16 rounds to
Yeah,
cool down.
Beatrice has some pretty high cooldown.
I think one of mine takes
You know
12.
what? I think I might rework those too and make it so that the lowest cooldown ones are like 3. Maybe just a standard progression of like 3, 6, and 9.
That does kind of make sense.
Alright.
Let's.
Oh yeah, here we go. Walking Lash has a 10-turn cooldown.
Can you edit your
You
thing
should see
right
how
now?
long some Adorus take.
I mean, yeah, I can edit anything on my sheet right now.
Yeah.
We'll have to. Well, you know what? We'll edit those so that your cooldowns are shorter. Make it fairer.
My brain needs to turn on. Okay.
Well, that depends if you want to encourage skill spam or strategic positioning. Because if you make the cooldowns really short, then skills are the only thing people are going to use. Whereas if they're really long, then it's a situation where you use them when you know it's going to do damage, and then you have to wait and see where your opportunities are otherwise.
Maybe I'm assuming you're already calculating one of Beatrice's skills just open with.
Correct. Well, I'm actually just calculating the
Make sure you
normal
don't.
damage for her attacks.
Just be careful, because just like where your soul weapon came from, this thing definitely has counter skills.
Correct.
Also, Naibai is putting away their yo-yo. They thought they were getting to melee range today. This thing is too big for yo-yo. I'm pretty sure it's more than 10 feet around.
Yeah.
So it has
Talking
stopped,
about
by the
yo-yos.
way.
I saw some guy crack himself in the face with one, broke his fucking orbital with it.
Yep, they can get some serious momentum on them.
Oh yeah, just like a toy yo-yo is still dangerous.
All right. Well, that is arguing. Well, Ivy's arguing with that, and Sten's coming up with a plan. And everyone, please, since you guys are squishier than the veterans, please think hard on what you want your first thing to be. I'm gonna give you a hint. You might have to think fast because it stops, and when it raises its sword in a very bright, sort of magical flash, when it slings it back, the damn thing unfolds, and it's now a very large bow with straight limbs.
Oh great,
I
it's got
suspect
a
it
switchblade.
will something.
Oh,
Alright, what we do? Which one was the one I was going to use for what Kevin's going through, aside from dude?
Oh, you know, I still have lead bullets. It's on fire. I can cover it in lead.
is it on fire?
Well, that's a good one. That's not the one I want to use. I do like that one, though.
Oh,
Turn that
I
down.
was sleep on the Oregon again.
What does this one even sound like? I like this one.
Randall's playing the organ again.
Wait a minute, who started up Space Engineers?
Clang has come to sow your soul with doubt. It is a bit loud, though.
Actually, I'm going to turn that down and use that, because that one's grand enough for what Kevin is having to deal with.
Yeah, okay, so even if it's not on fire, I do have an ember chakram, so we can try again to set it on fire. And I'm not using these lead bullets for anything else, so why not?
Might as well.
Yeah.
May as well.
Fion.
Might do something, might not, who knows?
It's used its actions, though. It closed the distance, and it was fucking prepared, so, you know. So, this is just what you're hearing, Kevin. This is your fighting music, is this. Is that organ. It's appropriate, though, because what you and the, what you veterans are dealing with, how do I describe this?
Fucked.
Alright, I'm trying to be... Oh! Dirk, did you ever play Dark Souls 2 with me?
No.
Damn. Well, Gloria and Strike took you through a shortcut to get to what they were going to kill for you. And then, this dungeon's 95th floor. And, it's a very interesting fight, to say the least. You found out that dungeons can have mechanics to them.
Oh no.
No, you're fine,
What is
mostly.
What is this? This is bullshit.
You're currently dealing with a very aggressive, twin-headed magma dragonoid? Not dragon, though. As in, it's basically partially submerged. It's more like a very violent, volcanic plesiosaur with two heads.
Alright, so we need to get it out of the magma.
It's in the magma, and there's not a lot of space for it to fit here. No, basically the mechanics are you have to, help keep distracted. That way, Noro can do his best, as with his fire immune infernal self, to get across the other side, where he's able to literally dump fucking reservoirs of trapped subterranean water to form areas in which Drake and Gloria can actually assist you. You're having to fill in the arena.
Mm.
Well, fire and move, fire and move.
Giant sauna.
The good thing is the extra heat is allowing Given to be more nimble than normal. Let's see if this is not just me talking out my ass, and if the dice will actually let me have that.
Man, that one fancy bullet that Noro gave you might come in handy.
Yeah, waiting for the opportunity.
Well, since Noro did, I gave you basically free damage on it, and that's how you guys started the encounter with the full-on hurt. Noro did manage to create an area enough, so it's currently distracted by the fact that its side has both Drake and Bonnie literally slamming a ram-like object they brought with them into its side.
It
Basically, a ram with a dead blow cylinder on the inside and a very large spike that can be pushed out even further from the dead blow.
Where's my Dragonator?
So, while you do your rolls there, I'll get back to these young ones, okay?
Fire and move. Fire and move.
So
Yeah.
the big question, I suppose, is can Beatrice tell whether or not it's preparing an action or if it's just going to attack?
You can't really tell its intent, but thankfully, Faraji used his entire turn to divine a couple of things about it, like intent. And the first one does involve him, you know, suggesting we should all move about 8 feet apart.
All right, Beatrice is going to do exactly that.
Theon will do that.
That's that intent. Great. Also, poison won't work. Fire will.
So
Bleed won't work.
What the fuck?
Bleed won't work.
Bleed won't work. Poison won't work. Fire will work. It doesn't have blood. It's a construct.
Okay.
I gotta let y'all know.
Theon has fire arrows.
hi, cat.
Don't get in
I
range.
suddenly have a cat in my lap.
Huh?
Just don't get in melee range of it, please, unless you're one of these two.
Yeah, no,
Right,
Theon
so
has no
that-
intent of getting into melee range with this thing.
Cat is climbing computer.
Its melee range is about 22 feet.
Oh.
Yeah, see, unlike D&D, the bigger something is, the bigger its melee range.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, it's almost
Theon
like
is
that
gonna
makes
make
sense or
sure
something.
Theon is going to make sure he gives this thing a very wide area of birth.
Thanks to Faraji, you can now see its health. 22,770,000 health.
Oh my. Well,
And it's level 396.
Oh. Oh no.
I know,
We
right?
got this, nerdlets.
so what Beatrice is going to do is she is going to prepare her, what is it called? She's going to prepare her adagio.
Not a bad one, not a bad one.
What did you get all over my desk, cat? Jeez.
Mm.
It's
It's been outside, so she got dirt, grime, and shit all over my desk.
So, since Nabai didn't start prepared for this situation, they're going to have to spend an action switching weapons, and then they're going to have spend their other action basically moving. So now they're equipped with the Ember Chakram.
Right. Oh. All right. Beatrice is prepared. And
Okay.
so she is going to, since she's prepared, she's going to look a little bit menacing, holding her very pretty dagger in a way that makes her look like she's to attack. But instead, she is ready to dodge.
Everyone's going to have to play slightly defensively since we don't know what its current attack types are or what it does plan to do. Funny, Mom, do you think you could fight it close up? Probably. Mine will give it a try. Probably going to hurt. Oh, that's what they are these for. Here you go, Bonnie. Thank you. The two of them just kind of with a little cheer with each other and a clink of whatever the fuck they're about to drink. It's a very uncomfy looking solution with a very silver gray color to it, and both of them just when they finish it off. They came prepared with iron skin potions.
Oh, very good idea.
Yes, it does. It ups your defense rating significantly. It's only good for one encounter, though.
One encounter could be the difference.
Well, they're expensive, so you have to be smart where you spend it, where you use it.
Yeah.
Shit, that shit. The two that they took, they're probably both drinking about 3,000 fucking, about 3,000 currency, so 3,000 iron pieces worth of fucking
Ocean.
thereabouts. I think is what the rate is right now. Potions so far.
Does this thing have a helmet on?
Yes, it looks like wearing a full set of armor, just rested and mossed over.
Ah.
I may change your fight music, by the way, Dirk, but that one is appropriate. Oh, I know. Here, this will be your fight music.
I know.
Alright, fine. Oh, hey, look, there's that one.
Ooh.
That one that hurts your ears.
And I did roll a 95 on that, so
Good number.
yeah. So the idea being just fire and dodge, fire and move, trying to keep him away from Norho doing his sneaky stuffs. So
Mhm.
standard JH or JSPs to the face, getting 13,975 per shot.
13,975 per shot. Okay.
And should I also roll for agility to keep moving?
I'm going to make a very quick stop in the restroom. Be right back.
Okay.
You know what? You
Hmm?
don't really need to do anything else other than damage. How much, Eric, would that do total?
Oh, just the total number was 13,975.
That's per shot?
Yep, because I'm
Okay,
only
how many
shooting once and then moving.
Okay. 13, so first shot, it is distracted.
Excellent.
Nah,
Oh fuck.
yeah, it looks at you, and then it gets rammed in the side again, which distracts it and makes it move a little further towards where there's not some land that you little pestering bastards have created. Alright, its response to. Yeah, no, it's gonna respond to you, though, because it's much closer to you. And one head is promptly just going to try and snap at you. Can I have an agility roll, please, good sir?
Oh no. Oh, Joe, good thing I leveled it up some. That's gonna be wow, I'm rolling high today. 92, so 293.
All right, yeah, you managed to avoid having its jowls snapped around you. Can I have another one?
Do it again. That's a little lower, so that's gonna be 274.
Hey, you managed to avoid having the other one's jowls snapped around you. Good job.
Yay!
Woo!
I'm gonna throw some dirt in its eye.
If you can try and find some dirt somewhere in this fucking place, go for it, man.
I don't have any in my pocket anymore. Do I? No, I don't.
Always
Yeah.
refill your dirt pocket.
Mm-hmm.
No, I should start carrying some
Very
dirt.
important.
Wait, and I tamed this with a jar of mystery meat from literally sessions ago.
I think it's too late to tame it. We've already attacked it.
I still have that jar of mystery meat.
Distraction.
Did the DM die?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, much better. No longer going to explode.
Ah, yeah.
Huzzah.
Okay. So that monster did do a yomp at you, but it can't do much else. 'Cause that's two actions, and it's already missed with the attack, and it had to move because it was getting tired of having its side stabbed. And Gloria and Drake proceed to fucking run off with their little spike, and they just kind of are running straight towards Magma, which quickly
Quote unquote
becomes
little.
solid enough because Noro managed to dump more shit into the arena to fill it up. This is basically your start of this fight is trying to distract it long enough for them to actually put fair ground in this fight.
E.
Some aggressive fucking water. Well, it's magic ass fucking dungeon. It does what it wants. All right, youngins. Let's see. So Sen's still forming a plan, and he's not going to attack himself. Though one of you can certainly try and take an attack at this thing if you'd like. Maybe you can get the other 160 feet away.
Well, is this the turn that Beatrice has her adagio prepared for?
It will be prepared when it goes to do an attack. Don't worry.
Okay,
You'll
doke.
be
I
able to
just,
get away.
I just wanted to make sure I was thinking on the right turn, you know?
It's a good thing that Beatrice had her adagio already, too.
Was her menacing successful?
Well, no, she was just its initial target. So this is very concerning. Yeah, I would say very concerning. It's not something you'd want to have shooting at you, really at all.
Whole ass tree.
Well, they're more like spikes made of twisted branch and vine. This one happens to be, and they are still tipped with very sharp ends, though. They are very obviously meant for piercing. And it fires one, but because Beatrice Adagio lets her avoid it, she avoids getting impaled by this massive fucking tree chunk, essentially, just a whole ass branch. And this one's very dark in color. It's a dark purplish shade, which is concerning. And it kind of leaks purple from the thorns all over it. Is has a very stout stench you can smell several feet away too.
Oh, that's not good.
Nope.
Naiba is
It's second
gonna
action.
retaliate. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's second action. It's gonna take another shot at Beatrice, but because Adagio's still going, it will consume the mana and they'll miss again. Or they consume the stamina and they'll miss again. This time, the one that it fired was much faster, but because of the skill, it wasn't fired with a specific skill. It was just fired with the bow. It does not beat Adagio, so it doesn't have true hit. Is what I'm saying. No.
Okay.
Well, her Adagio does allow her to do dodge skills also.
There is an exception
Dodge
to
evil.
that. It, it, it's a ballet play on words because the Adagio is more of like a sidestep or a swing away, and in ballet or dancing, the Adagio is a very quick stepping motion to left or right or back and right or left and so on and so forth.
I just find it funny that it sounds like you're saying dodge in the middle of adagio.
I mean, kind of are.
Just let me enjoy this.
No, I'm shooting you not like the word dodge in English is literally derived from adagio in a way. Fucking French. Anyways, moving on from that.
I can imagine her being just a tiny bit cheeky about it too. Like she kind of intended to draw the attention for that because she knew she could avoid most.
All right. So, if you guys would like to try and get one boss done this session, we can just do a few rounds of combat with this and let you auto chest through it. But because of your compiling damages, you will probably win. But if any of you take a fatal blow, I'll just let you have to know if you wake up in the guild or not.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm fine
Yeah.
either way. I don't mind doing an entire fight.
Would you like
I
to
don't
kill the
mind
whole
either.
fight to see the crazy shit it can do?
Sure.
Yeah.
Or at least we'll
Creature for
get
a
as
week.
far as we can before we have to do things like auto chess.
All
Yeah.
right. That's why we're just taking the shortcuts and all these to get you straight to the monsters that Janai is going to make your weapons out of to give you an edge.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. That second one, that was much faster, but skill trumps it because it's a sure hit, or true hit, technically. It just has a different color, and it's very interesting. It looks like fresh, like a very freshly sanded iron color, but it's wood.
Ironwood.
It's very stout, and it has like those thick, like tree veins. You know the ones I'm talking about? That like you want to try and
Yeah.
cut with a knife to see if it'll bleed, but you don't want to be a dick to the random tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones. Very stout, tightly woven, more so than the other one, which has slowly kind of unbound into a sort of a pile of brambles. Oh yeah, there. That's its turn.
Okay.
Next, who will be going in and do it though? What's Naiba's retaliation going to be, by the way?
So they're going to use their skipping or their ricochet skill, because skipping stone's a sling skill, to bounce their chakram and do 3,247 damage. And they're also going to move because I remember you mentioned that we still weren't spaced out enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those arrows are why you kind of want to be a little bit away, just so it doesn't, double kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's gonna move where she can still reasonably get a healing potion to any of the melee fighters that get too low on health. So she's kind of in the middle ground, I guess.
She's slightly forward, but she's not further ahead.
She's not so far forward that she can't be protected, yeah.
So you did some damage to it, thankfully.
Yeah. Doesn't the Ember Chakram do fire damage too?
It do, and that's what made it do some damage. I'm tracking the fire damage now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
His armor is a good choice for this one because of her passive fire.
The
And
first,
she
And now that's on the ground somewhere.
listen to me. I thunk pretty far ahead. I think I accidentally gave you an area in which you would actually not be disadvantaged for once.
Mhm.
But
I mean,
the game being
disadvantage
fair, I thought we fixed that bug.
well, she still doesn't do her ridiculous amounts of bleed because of this thing, but she can set it on fire. At least that's one thing that she's lucky to do.
Double susceptible to fire because it's a construct made out of nature.
Mhm.
Which is why it took, apparently, according to the dice, a whopping 13,247 additional fire damage on top of the standardized burn damage that it's going to take at the start of next turn.
I hear my cat being a goofball again,
Yow!
Oh.
Yeah.
wandering around the house shouting at me. Probably has a toy in her mouth.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Alright. Need another cat. So I have, as always, when I do these, a lot of calculators open. So, let's tell you math here. 1%. Got already got 6 stacks, so 6% of 2275356. 2275356. Oh, I read that number wrong. Okay. Alright, so yeah. Fire, when it's double susceptible, does stuff like this and shaves 1,000,000 damage off of its health in one tick.
Oh.
Yeah, Bonnie and them didn't get to there till the next turn. And it has a response as it has to transfer its bow back into a blade, and it gets to meet a fucking double empowered swing because Mob made Warden extend into a much bigger axe than anyone's really seen, just so him and Bonnie could swing it. And their combined muscle does manage to push this thing back a few feet.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Kind of caught it off guard, though. I didn't expect two small people to come out of nowhere and try and hack it at the legs.
Well, once they have it knocked back, Theon is going to launch a fire arrow at its
If you try to aim
which
for like the head or anything,
no.
you try to like aim for. I was saying, you try to aim for a precise spot because it's covered in armor. I'm going to penalize the shit out of you on perception rolls because this fucking thing is covered in moss and rust and vines and it is.
He's looking for the most flammable area, the one that has the most moss on it.
All of it.
That would technically be the outside of its chest piece.
The part that's
Well,
currently
he's
on
aiming.
fire.
Well, he's about to make it. He's about to make it more on fire.
To be fair, more fire has never been a bad idea.
Pretty much.
Because Fiona has a skill that he can use, just fire arrow.
Oh, isn't his arrow already on fire?
The first one he launched.
Yet the
Oh,
one
yeah,
that's not in
yeah.
their bow anymore.
I wasn't sure if he'd fired that one or not, but
That was the first one that he shot at it.
okie doke.
Yeah. So yeah, he's going to launch just a standard fire stinger arrow at it for 15,407 damage.
$14,000 and what?
15,407.
Okay. I'll add 2% more to that. Oh. I'll get that burn take away. But all right. Back to what Kevin's doing real quick. And then we'll get to its retaliation. What's this one? I don't know. What's this one? Yeah.
Sounds very nice. Very good.
Dramatic music? Very.
Yeah,
Agreed.
that was dramatic.
Oh. Okay then.
Oh well.
I don't know. I can't decide.
Just pick
You know,
one.
I'm really liking the fact that I can use her weapons active abilities with things like her glissade to do multiple active attack.
I'm glad.
She may end up doing that in a little bit here.
Wait, what the hell does this one sound like?
That could be
Okay.
for the younger ones fight there.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
maybe. Yeah, maybe we'll use that one.
I like that one too. They're very good music.
No, it has vocals. It's ruined.
It's not even vocal. They're noises. Alright, Kevin, fuck it. This is what you get.
Hmm.
Hey, are you still firing and forgetting? You're about 30% done filling up the arena.
Preparing to fire and maneuver.
Alright, fire and maneuver. Are you gonna do another smack to its face?
Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna adjust this number. Oh, there you like this. Before 13970.
Wait, what? 413,970?
1370. Shooting them in the face and moving, trying to keep them distracted some more.
Alright.
And yes, I am shooting him in the face.
Yeah, I know. So let's see. Do you crit this? They say yes! Ah, that got its attention real good. Quick, another D100.
Fuck. Oh no. We are looking at a 247.
Huh, you beat it by 7 points. You can feel the
Oh,
wind swoosh as it fucking literally just slams its head down like a fucking mace. And you can hear the ground kind of crack a little from that, which you can only assume is a chin from how dark it is in like coloration, just covered in frozen rock.
can I shoot it in the face while it's trying to lift its head up?
There's a second head, Kevin. D100.
Fuck! 273.
Much better. This one was much slower and it slammed down a little bit short of you. Far enough away that you could give another shot if you were trying to, you know.
Well, yeah. I shoot him in the face.
Okay, go ahead.
13,954.
13,954, right? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool. Does this one crit? They do not. Okay. And then you got another damaging slam over here. Gotta get this stuck in my head. I get all these music stuck in my head, and I love them. All right. So it looks like it's ready to pay attention to you until there comes a very pain groan from it when it gets a bunny foot to the side of the first head that had missed you.
Bump.
So it gets one stack of dazed on itself. The status effects are split between the two heads.
I was gonna ask.
Meanwhile, Drake has found a high point, and he has leapt and planted that spike in the same side for, let's see how much damage. Another wumpus of a hit.
Wumpish.
Ah, but with that fall and that damage that they've put out on it for these 3 whole rounds of focusing that fucking side with that purpose-built tool, they finally managed to split off its back armor.
Jesus.
The
Is
entire
this just
time,
an exposed? Is this just an exposed weak point, or is this like an exposed? There is now available that they can do damage to the space now.
there is now an exposed weak point on the right side of its body to the soft under tissue.
Hmm.
Problem is you're currently on the left side of it.
Damn it!
Noro just
Oh, yeah,
going through transformations in the background and just fuck my muscles.
Poor Nora.
Oh wait, sorry. I just had a thought, and I probably should have thought of this earlier. You can load multiple objects into a sling.
Correct.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah,
However, it will slow your velocity down slightly.
ever so slightly. So, do I roll multiple attacks for each object?
Yeah.
So if I use the skipping stone skill, does that apply to everything in the sling or just one?
No, it applies to everything.
Oh, okay. So-
Just see her using like a luster attack, and there's just like
it's a medieval grape shot.
everywhere.
There are adventurers who use scatter guns and stack that with some of their skills that let them ricochet bullets, specifically because the scatter shot will ricochet individually.
Okay, so how many bullets can Nightbye fit in their sling?
7.
Okay, oh damn, that's a lot of extra damage, fuck. But just one Leviathan top.
Ping, 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 ping. Surprise, motherfucker. That's basically the Leviathan scale that gets flung. It's always that, you thought this wasn't gonna hurt?
Hiding Leviathan scale under bullets. Surprise. But no, I'm gonna do 7 bullets, because that's like almost all of their lead bullets, and they're gonna see if this gumming up their limbs thing works, since they're on fire, and fire's hot enough to melt lead.
Or could just, cover them with molten lead.
I mean, yeah,
I would
that
like
too.
to point out, don't rely on trying to out-strengthen them, given that they pulled up several dozens of miles probably worth of, or holding in several dozens of miles worth of roots to free their sword from the ground.
I didn't say it was a good plan.
It's a plan, that's what I.
It is a
Alright,
plan.
that is what's going on with you guys, Dirk, in your fight. I
Oh,
requested,
heck.
I believe I requested this one for them.
Yeah.
Alright.
No, it sounds pretty close.
Was it said I do this one right here?
I was thinking of that one for like the younger one, but it's this too, I guess.
Is this the one right here?
1 second, I'll be right back.
There's this. Oh, hold on. Then we got like
Wait,
this passive one for Mob's Home that we can use if you want. We got super epic.
Whoa.
We got this one. The cheese. You know, we want to use it. Welcome back. And we can use this one. Would you like the other one though?
Right?
I was talking to Ivy. You want that one or do you want this one?
I think that one fits like a verdant jungle type thing really well.
It just fucking spiked the bottle cap into the top of my desk, and it bounced off of like 12 things before landing exactly where I just bounced it off the table.
Nice. Good job.
Damn it.
You're
So,
fine.
anyway, where this one goes.
Program has failed successfully.
Yep. Okay. Well, now we'll start with this thing giving its 2 cents to the bullshittery. All right, Sin has come up with a plan.
alright.
Film, come with me.
Feeling right.
Beatrice,
Feeling would follow.
throw some minor spells at it while you can with Shizuna.
Well, hey, I could.
No, not you. Beatrice.
Oh,
Minor spells with Shizuna. You come with me, Catboy. I have an idea.
alright, I'm following you.
Beatrice does indeed have a minor spell ready to use on it.
Well, Shizuna's there with you, willing to combo spell. She's already prepared it in the form of what looks like a very aggressively bouncing ball trapped in wind.
Well, Beatrice is going to add her little ball of fire to that ball.
So while Bonnie and Mob were dealing with the close range, that's what you two get to do. And with your combined magic, it's gonna probably hurt and piss it off. But yeah,
Alright, let me see if I can find it.
you do the numbers in that. So, Fiona, this is what Sin is having you do. It's thinking that you need to utilize every element. This thing isn't. This thing is very dangerous. Obviously, it's very durable, and he doesn't think that Mob and Bonnie could continuously take its aggro for long. So he needs to be distracted as he explains to you. And his idea is simple. We're going to put a bunch of your arrows to use.
Alright.
He'll start taking little bundles off the trees and just breaking them.
Ooh,
And dropping them on the ground over and over. Help me. Dump out some arrows.
Alright, so Beatrice's damage for that fireball is 1872.
Okie dokie, 1872. which is going to be very interesting here.
Plus whatever spirit fire effects happen to, which is probably just setting it on fire.
Doesn't matter what kind or how many of each arrow.
Doesn't matter what of what. Just that's all he needs is you to do it.
All right. Well, Bill's gonna dump 10 of each arrow onto the pile. So it's 10 steel arrow, 10 AP arrow, 10 pain plus ammo, 10 obsidian arrows, 10 stinger arrows, and 10 regular arrows. So that's 10, 20. 60 arrows.
Oh my god, that is a lot of damage.
I believe it. Alright. Sidon's idea is quite simple. He'll take a couple of leaves each, slip them in with the fletching. But the main thing is he knows, because of how green they are, and how, I guess you say, malleable they are, rather than fragile. He knows they're absolutely full of water.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to take you to 2 rounds to do. You get
Alright,
all
that's
those
fine.
on there. So yeah, 2 rounds to do that. Okay, the start of the next turn, what you and Shizuna end up doing is basically combine. You just yeet this. It gets much more aggressive when you combine a spell. The both of you didn't do a lot initially, but when you combine it, oh, the world loves getting to go ape shit with multiple magics mixed in.
Yeah.
The way to describe it is Shizuna throws this with a very thick pressure wave behind it and then pops it at a short distance off to the side that the other 2 numbskulls aren't at. Basically striking it in the shoulder and delivering a cannonball of wind that dumps more fire and feeds the flames, making things just much worse. I get to do more math. Yay. Damn.
What?
All those burning effects are just kind of getting amplified, and the slashing from the wind.
Mm-hmm.
It's down to 17,627,404 health.
Oh.
That's a dent. Be happy.
It's a big deal.
No, that was a happy. Oh. That's a lot of damage.
Ah, yes. Honey and Mob, I am unfortunate. Well. Bonnie manages to dodge it, but Mob does not manage to dodge it. Basically, the way I can describe it is a backhand, but with the sword.
Oh.
So it doesn't take Mob long to come back to the area where he started the fight from. Yeah, no, I'm fine.
What's Mob's HP look like?
Ow.
So, by the way, the reason I was happy with Beatrice's roll, she got 100 on her fire.
Very good.
Nice.
Well, Mob's down to 50% of his health in 1 smack. Oh.
Alright, are they nearby Naibai, or did they get moved somewhere else?
Oh no, it bitch slapped him clean back to the starting area where the group had just come into the fight from. So he's,
Okay.
he's around.
He's just gotta make his way back.
Currently though, yeah, Bonnie has it tied up because it went to slam down on her with a sword because she's smart. One of the reasons she uses her gauntlets as a weapon rather than bare hands is the blade doesn't really do much against, metal on metal. And it is very confused how the small person thing is keeping itself from getting cut in half by sheer strength.
She is the soul.
Sadly, that effectively ties Bonnie up, and I'm gonna have to keep doing rolls every turn.
It's fine.
The pressure is alleviated, so she can't exactly attack back right now.
Understandable.
It started with one hand, but now this thing is using two hands to try and cut.
Alright. Seeing this, Naibai is probably going to turn back to Mob as he, goes flying past and use... so while they're loading their sling, they're gonna take that time to toss a potion back to Mob, and they're going to use their other action to attack.
Yes, Mob is very grateful for the potion. 34% of his health.
So that's...
I like to think that there's little creatures that are specifically designed to make music for dungeons, and they're basically just built-in PA systems that wander around hallways.
Hearing like this magical speaker.
I mean, that might as well be the case. Alright, so... Six four zero. So that is 640. Alright, so he's back up to 86% of his health, thankfully.
That'll keep him alive as they take another 50 chunk. And Naibai's attack with just regular lead stone bullets is 105,712. With 7 bullets all ricocheting 3 times.
105,712?
Yeah.
Ow. That definitely does... Well, that does do enough damage to its right arm that it does alleviate some pressure from Bonnie. Because that's to pull it off, and it... Ugh. The crushing damage she was taking just played to her advantage.
It's time for punch!
Yeah, time for punchies!
In one turn, it took 60% of her health from crushing damage.
Oh.
But that's fine. Her response is literally just and it's actually a lot smarter than just rage, because part of Sin's plan, which he had informed her along the way here, was if it has knees, remove them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Immobilize it quite well.
Mm-hmm.
While she has enough of an opening to hold its sword with a singular hand, a very angry Bonnie just pounce in the knee. She used a skill. It's her third skill, and I love this one.
Bone breaker.
No, this one is just very aptly...
Titty pummeler?
No. What? No.
Oh fuck, I
No.
forgot to add the weapon damage to that.
Yeah, calculate it. Give it to me in a second.
Just add 14,489 on top.
Okay, 14,000. Plug the numbers in the numbers machine.
What do they mean?
That's still impressive that the damage that the projectiles did is almost equal to the damage the sling does on its own.
Lead is an excellent projectile weapon.
No,
Yes.
just so you know, this skill is known as Ruptura.
What's that mean?
It means rupture in Latin.
Ah.
Cool. Wait, fuck, it's Latin.
She's
That's
technically
dangerous.
What, Dark?
I said,
I
oh
was
wait,
saying,
fuck, it's Latin.
Ah, yes.
Extra dangerous because it's Latin.
Ruptura takes basically both of her actions to use. That's why she doesn't use it a lot. But because she's stationary, it's the perfect time to use it. And because of that, it basically takes her strength value, doubles it, then adds that skill stat onto it. And then it does, let's see, Ruptura does 17,485 damage plus 285 damage for every 20 strength, up to a maximum of 58,500 additional damage. Oh yeah. Bonnie generated a whopping in the 1 pouch from the skill alone, 23,715 damage plus let's see, the 38,976 from her health being so low.
Seeing this, Beatrice has been inspired. I think she wants to attempt to remove the other knee.
You would have to spend a turn getting close because you are a distance away.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie Loki.
The question is, does
So-
Ruptura critical D20? Hello, 20, my old friend. I see. It do at a times 2 value. Ah, yes. It feels.
Alright. So
So we will rotate. Alright, we'll rotate. Hold on. Wait, no, that wasn't what I was using. Shit, what was I using for Derek?
Three, I say.
Was it this one? Yeah, I was using this one for Derek. Okay. So that'll have been everyone's general turn there.
I really enjoy this music.
Alright, Derek. You got that thing. Get that
Ah.
weak point over there. Would you like to try and get to that weak point now that its current distraction is with Gloria, who promptly kicked the ever-loving shit out of it?
Yes, let us apply the murder shell.
Very good choice. The super damage shell with the on the vulnerable spot on the fiery looking critter.
No, where'd it go?
Noro has managed to fill in the entire arena after 5 whole rounds.
Ah, ye.
I gotta fucking find that shell again.
And he's going to take the next turn to just vomit on one of his actions from all the transforming.
Are you sure it's not from the smell?
No, he doesn't mind the smell, because he's used to smelling sulfur and everything.
Hey, where's...
It's the...
fucking shelves stats again. It's not in my goddamn. It's not there.
Let me see if I can find it.
You lost the Ultra Death Shell stats.
Apparently. Don't know where the hell it went.
But how are you going to achieve critical hyper death without it? Fuck,
don't
now I want to
know.
make a skill called critical hyper death.
Well, maybe Rage Mode.
Where Naibai just punches the soul straight out of somebody's body. Like,
No, I'm thinking of like a general melee skill.
Oh, holy fuck. In my search to help you find the shell, I found Beck when I typed in Frost.
Ugh.
Don't know where it's at. Send so I can murder.
I thought I had seen it on your sheet.
I thought it was too.
Derg, fear not!
Heck?
Check
Where'd you
Telegram.
send it? Ah, damn it! I don't have. Wait, no, I have browser integration. Telegram. Oh,
Oh,
I've got it. Critical hyper death is what happens when you get a crit that kills a creature. It also kills the soul. So that means no resurrections, no extra lives from like at spare bodies in jars. None of that. Not just soul also dead.
yeah, it's like forces the soul to move on.
ah, damn it! My computer's being retarded. Give me a minute.
Pretty.
Ah, there it is. No. Okay, this is gonna take a minute. I apologize.
Alright, well, while you calculate that, we'll rotate back to the youngins then, I guess.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie, loki.
Okie dokie. Yeah, alright, so go ahead with the Beatrice.
Alright, so she is going to attempt to dart in super fast. I rolled for her agility for a
You know what?
sprint.
Don't even bother. I know how your agility is. There is not enough distance to need a roll. Really, to roll against. The environment got 580. It's not winning.
Okay, well, she managed to get to 304 of that.
Okay. Let's say. Like, you got like fucking 500 into your agility already. You've just been dumping everything into it.
Actually, no, most of her stats are in her dexterity. She has like 500 agility when she's got that other weapon equipped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But,
I think you might be thinking of Naibai. Naibai has 460 agility.
oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's not by that.
Doru has shitloads of agility, though.
Doru is an elite, though.
Doro got those long legs. They only need to take one step. 500-foot step.
Big steppy. Okay. Take thy action. So Raptura did a shitload of damage and did bring it down to one knee, which fucking managed to free Bonnie of her crushing prison, and she's wised up and is taking the rest of her turn to retreat at the same time that Mob is returning.
It's
Some
good.
minor battlefield tactics that Sin has basically been giving them for fighting it since there's two teams.
Is to trade.
Swap it in and out.
That is actually one of the strategies you need in World of Warcraft because of mechanics that they make so that after a certain point, your tank can't survive. And
Yeah. Swap out with a different tank.
Bonnie's just gonna come over to Naibai. Can I have a potion, please?
On Naibai's turn, they'll give them 2.
Alright. Beatrice's turn and then Naibai's turn.
Yes, Beatrice did her sprint to, well, I guess get halfway there.
Alright, so Naibai is able to give Bonnie 2. Bonnie takes 1 and holds on to the other one. Thank you.
I suppose what Beatrice could do is, since she got halfway, she could add another fireball to the mix.
Let's see, hold on. Beatrice can hear her. Hey. Swing me.
Is that Blaze?
And he's like, listen, alright? It's like, right there. Like 80 feet.
So she will
A lot of
indeed.
shade here.
She will indeed swing nice and hard.
Alright, well, that's an attack roll, so go ahead and do that, and that's what your attack is
I'm
holding
doing
on to Storm and just slinging Blaze, and he's very happy for this action.
Well, he's going to be very happy that she rolled a 97.
Yeah.
All right, calculator.
Calculate your stuff.
97 plus 5.
I'm gonna burn the shit out of you.
Actually.
Worth noting that you're a spirit weapon, soul weapon, your buddy boy there connected to you in that way. They can pretty much, regardless of whose it is, they can talk to you real time without consuming any round time whatsoever.
Oh, so they can ignore the 6-second talk limit?
Because they're a spirit and they can deliver all that information like that to your brain.
I think I may have screwed up my number because the shell is saying that it's going to do 79 million damage. I think I fucked up somewhere.
You might have done oopsie.
Ultra death shell.
Yeah, death for everyone.
So her attack with Blaze is going to end up being 14,841 damage. I didn't think that the chain was quite that long, but this is nice.
Well, see, it doesn't look that long, but you see how long their tail was? There was about 120 feet between them.
Ah,
So there's a long chain. It just shrinks down.
okay, that's good.
Okay.
So I saw weapons off. So there are elite members of the guild or like royal guard and military who pay they will literally sell their firstborn child for a soul weapon.
Oh.
But none of them ever really get them because soulsmiths of Jania's caliber don't like making weapons for people that are that needy for one, because they know that they'll never bond with it and it'll just be a wasted soul in torment.
Mm.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You did 14,000, right?
14,841 plus fire.
Alright, so
Although I guess, fire is kind of given considering her armor and. Oh, that's right. I forgot to calculate the shocking that would be on there. That plus the 16.
and we're gonna double it.
Well,
You calculate Blaze's passive burn too.
that was already in that number. I have lightning lash on the weapons right now, so I'm including that.
Good job. Yeah, well, give me that value, then we'll.
All right, so revise the previous number to 15,003. Well, I gotta roll for that. Derp. I'm a dipshit.
It's okay.
All right.
Too much leg.
65. All right. So
So
15
yeah,
moved 434.
Wait, 15,000 what?
434 is the grand total.
Okay.
The spell damage itself is small, but her attack damage bonus a significant. And a roll of 65 is not bad.
Well, don't worry. You're doing a lot of damage because of all the burn that's on it.
Yeah. What
Now it's
kind
down
of
to
fire does Blaze?
fire that Blaze uses is. Jesus, man.
that works. Need that.
What is it called? Is it the same kind that Mob's weapon uses? Is it like Soul Fire or something?
Not really. Like they're of this. They're both spirits, but Blaze is a monster with an element of fire. Warden is a ancient fire elemental. So it's like a red flame versus a blue flame, which is what Warden produces.
There we go. I think I got it squared.
So Blaze, I would assume, is then more like regular fire.
His is well, it's more like regular fire. It's still very hot. I mean, and the fact that Blaze has a free will of his own, and it kind of goes out of control when it impacts, because he happily, you know, I can make that happen a second time, and he just repeats the damage value with a surge of flame
Very nice.
right into its other leg, which does bring it down to both knees. Ah, he's getting close. Good. We'll rotate back to Big Dirk, though. Assuming that he's
Make
got his
sure he
feet.
didn't launch a nuclear warhead in the middle of the dungeon.
It might hurt his susceptibility, so that's basically a nuke. Alright, Dirk.
All right. So it took me a minute to tweak things around. Ended up with base damage added on with my intelligence. What is it? My intelligence divided by 25 times 500 to give me, as well as adding on my double in S intelligence scaling. That ended up with. Now, if I put a roll on this thing, I haven't done that yet because I'm a retard.
Retard.
There it is. A roll of 81. That's looking at 41,671.
Automatically affects
41,671.
41,671 times 4 because it's 4 times susceptible to ice with a times 2 on that because it's true ice, and then there's a critical on that. We'll see, we roll a d8. D8 decides it does times 3. And suddenly it is hurting, missing a straight just million plus off of its health in one hit. And now I have to calculate these stacks on top of it, so it's already going to be taking, let's see, over here. You get 6 stacks of freezing. Freezing is very not fun. That's 1%, and it gets an immediate 2 stacks of crushing, so that's 5%. And then okie dokie. So 6% of it. Copy.
This almost is Gerudo Desert-esque vibes to music.
582, 587, 38. And I can understand it. shit, some of this music was probably illegally used by Nintendo in their games. It's actually a real big problem with Nintendo is they use royalty-free music from certain websites in games. Don't accredit the people, even though like this specific one, I think was a Darren Curtis possibly or Montezuma, I can't remember. I'll try and find the accreditation. The person who did this one though, this one needs accreditation to use for monetary gain. And Nintendo does not do that, and still gets away with it because they're Nintendo. They're scumbags. Menu.
Oh, here's an interesting Asia fact for you. North Korea makes most of their clothing out of alcohol and rock.
I expected 587 Alright. Now with all the status effects, it's down to 22 million health from 27 million. That's the amount of damage you can do. Oh, right, and it's a weak spot. So, I need to times that last damage value. Okay. So we shave 2, 2, 8, 7, 3. Alright, excuse me, it's down to 20,250,353 of health.
Jesus.
In one shot.
Too bad I don't have more.
Boy,
Well,
hated
being that I'm in an advantageous spot,
Oh, it's 8:12 though. We might have to stop here. Music must stop. Because Dark has work, I think.
No, it's Friday.
Okay. Do we go longer?
We can. I just finished calculating my next attack.
Turn music back on.
Davey, do you wish to go longer?
Yep.
Can we go longer?
Ivy has been triggered. Oh, goddamn. So yeah, fucking Gloria went right after you, and she just did it with a bonk to it without even using a skill, but like a legitimate attack from her hammer.
Mhm.
95,965.
Damn.
Whap. On one head. And because
Yes.
Drake, he's on its fucking back, and he's already on top of the other head, and he very happily swings a large axe of his own. Oh god, no, that's not an axe, that's a pick. Alright.
It's good
Fuck,
for armor
even Drake,
penetration.
even Drake hurts it. 81,469.
nice.
These aren't even skills, these are just whaps.
Raw attacks.
God, just think. He doesn't even have Warden, who he's maxed out his bond with.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin's going to take the opportunity to switch over to the high explosive shells.
Noro spends his entire turn trying to catch up to the other side where the weak point is with Kevin. And when he gets there, he just kind of stops and then spends the other remainder of his turn chugging down potions to recover his mana and health.
I was just thinking, like, in battle, if Beatrice were to rage, I think Blaze would love that.
Yeah. Burn them all. Alright, there you go. And then you get the youngins. So this turn can actually start with Fionn!
Yes.
No.
Fionn. Ah, yes. So here's where some magic's gonna happen. Okay, Fiona.
Listen,
I really, really need you to fire as many of these as once as you can.
alright, I'll see what I can do.
I just thought of an interesting skill that would be an archer thing. It's basically magically compressing all of the arrows down into like the space of one and then letting rip and letting them all attack or all spread out and attack.
That is a skill, but you had that thought. So Beatrice could have that thought at the back of her head and inform Fiona maybe she get out. Or if not, try to learn it himself.
Well, Fionn did remember seeing that one mage with that rune in front of his bow that turned one arrow into like a lot.
Would he like to focus on that?
Yes, he would.
Great.
Because he's gonna take one of those. Huh?
I require something of you.
What rule will you have me make, master?
Give me a demon head.
I shall roll.
Good. Wait, hold on. Let me get some copyrighted voice effects in here. And non-copyrighted voice effects. Where's my voice box?
Something, dark side.
Give it.
Alright, I got an 87.
Alternatively, there were 3 slots in the search inventory.
Huh?
Don't worry.
But my dice roll was an 87.
Good. Good. Out of difficulty 40. And you still win. Why are you shit to those dice? Why are you shit when Vit's helping them, but not, or why you shit when it's my to keep them from winning? Why aren't you bullying them relentlessly?
Maybe the dice are on our side for once.
No!
No,
The
it's a
dice
trick.
have no sides!
It's a
Yes, they
trick.
do. They have many sides.
It will strangle you! I will force feed you an entire jar of cheese whiz anally.
No, thank you.
My booty.
And wash it down with this bottle of Bacardi Superior.
I like Bacardi.
Anally as well.
I do not want to butt chug that much.
Too bad.
Well, that's the spirit.
Ah,
It is the
spirits.
spirit. Ah!
Jesus.
All
I'm
right.
in pain.
So,
I'm insane, but without the S. Alright.
Wait.
Congratulations. You have learned a magic archer's talent.
ooh.
Talent. Or spell, whatever you want to call it. You can name these by, you can call them by whatever you want. They're all the same thing, by the way.
Mhm.
It's just, it's like a nomenclature thing. Mages use spells, skills are used by physical fighters, and archer, like the middle ground, usually uses talents. You're all talented little bastards. I hate you all equally. Let that be known. Anyways.
I'm sending
shit.
something to ship posting that I need to pay attention to with sound.
I don't even have to listen to that. I've seen it before. Yes, it is. Same thing I've seen before.
What's this?
having some
My
stuff
ears!
on my. Oh shit! My stomach was like, hmm. One moment.
Okay.
I am here. I had to swipe the mobile because nature has called.
hmm
Against my will, I must use the bathroom. So, I'm now having to move everything to mobile, so it's going to stall me for a second.
Okay.
Let me just. Okay, I'm trying to think of what this is called. I have.
I know what I want to call it, but Fionn does not know what.
You're not
what
calling it
name.
Saramataleta.
I know. Fionn
That would
wouldn't
make
have.
literally no sense here.
I know.
Because
I want
that
to, but I'm
produces
not
its
gonna.
own. Well, it wouldn't make sense here because that produces it all on its own. This just basically takes the one object and then makes it so much worse. Or so much better.
It makes it so much more.
hmm
I have made you greater. Well, there's a lot of words you could use though. You could be like, you could pick a name for it if you want, like, it could be like your duplication hero or something, or it could be
I'll
like
think of a name for it.
facsimile, representation, the imitator of the almighty Xerox arrow.
Or multiplicity.
I mean, eh,
That's kind of a catchy
like,
name for
like
something,
so,
even if it was a movie.
like all the skill names. Say if like basically any skill that you could like, even if this skill has because you didn't learn this, like Carlo taught you overdraw.
hmm
That it's called overdraw because he taught you it. It's that version of the same skill that a bunch of different archers know that he came up with and just basically called it that. But technically he calls it make arrow go fast, but you want to.
hmm
So like you could call this literally something like I don't know, fuck, I could give you like, I don't know, if you want Latin I could throw you basically like mimic or copy in Latin. Yeah.
I'll
Actually,
think
what
of
would that
something.
be? Shit, now I'm curious.
when the
What
when
the
the
fuck?
mimic starts speaking Latin. Fuck.
When the music about the mimic starts going Latin.
When the mimic has boss music.
Okay, so first off,
hmm
mimic buildings exist and they have feelings, so careful. I mean, I don't know if they exist in this game world.
Just an entire mimic village.
I guess you could call it Vulgus.
Had the funniest thought is either Ivy or Yon just kind of leaning up against a mimic building and consoling it after somebody hurt its feelings.
Oh.
Just pet, pet, pet.
You go to take a piss in a back
So
alley and the
what-
building turns, do you mind?
Well, think of your own name. If the world generates it, it's going to call it Vulgus.
I'll think of something.
Alright. I'm going to refer to it as Vulgus so I remember it. That's basically Latin for mob, crowd, or common people. It's contextual. Listen, the Romans were very straightforward. Alright.
They had an
So,
entire.
you'll have a name. You can
Yeah.
rename it all you want. I'm going to
Yeah, I'll think of something.
just gonna stat some skills here. Mana
Latin for
cost.
multiply is multiplicari.
Technically,
Hmm?
that's fine enough.
Nah, I'm not doing that. Oh,
Google got it close enough.
Well,
Hmm?
now listen. It's okay. Don't panic. It's okay. Don't panic. Okay.
Okay.
You have your towel, right?
Do you want the Greek word for multiply?
What is Greek for multiply?
Polaplasiazo.
Polaplasiazo?
You know
I
what?
like
So you
that.
don't break your brain. I'll just
Please.
stat the
Please
skill and put. I'll stat the skill and put said name in here.
Please. Please help the smooth brain.
Alright, so Ivy, what's the base mana cost of your spells? It's like 5%, right?
Let's see. There's you know what? I would have to look at Doru. I think it was 4, 5, and 6 or something. Let me look at Doru's thing here. I know
Well, he's gonna have to use stamina for activation, and because you gotta draw the bow.
Yeah. For stamina, it was 3, 5, and 7. For magic, though, I'm gonna open up Doru's and find out. I have to dive several folders. Alright. Over. For magic, it was 4, 6, and 8.
Okay.
I could have just checked Telegram. You sent me a message, and I put my thing.
Alright, so I'm just trying to rapid stat this, and it's still in my brain now. So let's see.
It's okay.
Deals.
New monster idea for a dungeon.
Shut.
It would be the jackals from Halo 2 Legendary. The smoke jackals from Halo 2 Legendary.
The ones
Oh,
that
you mean the
shit
ones
talk
that
you the whole
one-shot
time?
you?
So I mean, again, there is a dungeon with bipedal creatures that do use bows, so they're basically same experience because you're at a disadvantage. It's another subterranean.
So.
Do they also hurl linguistic insults at you?
If you can understand the creatures, you will understand how much they shit talk.
Oh, what are that?
Yeah, I love that you hear "war border" and then they just fucking drop kick you.
Wart.
Ah, what's that?
One word for you. Burger.
You fucking use you.
What did you just call me?
Oh my god, he's really scary. Run away!
It's the demon!
Wart.
What is stand in one spot long enough in Halo 3 in a mission with Chief and Arbiter? He'll stand there, he'll look at you, and then just kind of sigh and go, Ward.
One of the other random elites will also go, I like you too, but we should really focus on the mission.
Apparently, contact for the Sangili is a direct mate, so be careful.
It's a what?
You went total potato there.
Oh god. Prolonged staring at another by the Sangili is apparently a desire to mate, so be careful. Some of them are very open to the idea.
So is that why in my Halo dream that one elite just kind of stared at me while I was fixing my ship on the crash planet?
Yes.
Probably.
Just like, go away.
Remember, they have tails, but due to the fact that when they sat down in the warthogs, they used to look like giant cocks, that Bungie had to cut them out. And they just made it so that the Covenant docked their tails as a ritual.
Hmm.
If Halo Infinite doesn't have Sangili with tails, I will burn 343 to the fucking ground!
It doesn't have Sangili with tails. They're not going to change the Sangili's rituals.
Ah! But they're free people, though!
Yeah,
Seriously.
This was pre-Covenant. They would dock their tails.
They would dock their tails to go to war, but not all of them. In the novels, there are entire tribes that don't dock their tails and actually use them as a weapon.
Sangili with a tail would be terrifying.
Yes, they armor their tails with spikes and blades, and they're very proficient melee warriors. Very proficient. And they'll fucking take swings at you with a plasma sword, and when you least expect it, they will literally whip their tail around and slam into you with, I think, like a third of their body mass covered in spikes. Alright.
Well, the Sangili are already terrifying melee combat practitioners as it is.
It's gotta be really disorienting losing a tail.
I return to this one so I can do this.
Yay, you're not talking in a megaphone anymore.
Sorry about that. That's just...
You are super loud.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm so sorry. There you go. Okay, you've got that skill statted. So determine how many duplications you want, consume that amount of mana, and do the calculations and inform me, okay?
Okay, where'd you send it?
Telegram.
Oh, Telegram. I was looking for Discord for the message.
It's just easier for me to type on Telegram really fast when I'm, attending stuff.
Oh.
My thumbs are fast as shit.
Okay, let's first.
Ooh.
I shall copy. And I will paste it onto the sheet that I'm using for his skills.
Alright. So yeah, whenever you decide that. Anybody else want to go on this turn order? Just let me know.
Sure. Beatrice is going to continue her trek in at full speed, kind of letting the chain reel in on itself as she goes to continue her attack and such. See, so her charge continues on at a roll of 265.
Okay, well you're there. Don't worry, you're there.
Okie dokie. And as she does that, she grips Blaze by the hilt, stabs in Storm, and then continues that as a basically she works it into a splitting stab, using some of her momentum to use Blaze to slice out
Alright, well,
Storm.
do the damage numbers.
Okie dokie. We're going to add.
I think I might just be nice and say that, big monsters like this, yeah, I'm not gonna give them giant armor values to be fair.
They have giant health values. That's all they need.
It is armor on its own. Unless they have like a mechanic like the way you're fighting, where you're doing reduced damage to it until you open up a weak spot. You are hurting Zoiros though. But that's good.
Alright.
Yeah.
So since I had this prepared, all I had to do was add the skill to it. She's going to do a grand total of 34,861.
Oh,
Is she critical? Let's find out.
McCarthy.
Ooh. Okay. Alright, so you get that good whamp on it. Another chunklet of damage. And the mob is back in and he gets himself a good skill going with Warden's help. Alright.
And yes, I am glad that Beatrice is able to fling blades ahead.
Alright. Alright, so his attacks. Mom's initial skill does 1610
16.
plus. Let's see.
25.
205 for every. That's not 205, it's 305. 305 for every 20 strength, so. Oh, wait, no.
So that's going to be 51%. I need a dice calc. I need a. Percentage calculator again.
I've got damage ready.
Okay, I'm just doing some minus the. What's his weapon giving him? Warden's Brutality, Fire plus Umbral, and it's doing 368 of these. So it's doing 2960. And 45. 2 minus. It's 368 for every 20 intelligence he has and 20 will he has. So.
Now I do this. Okay. Now I do the math. Okay, let's see. Oh, sorry it's taking so long.
No, you're fine.
Okay. 5716.
Uh,
8356.
that's. Okay, Nave, what's yours?
121,153 plus fire damage.
Good. Fire damage is definitely what's doing it to him right now. He's up to 16% of 14, 6, 7, 9, 7, 9, 2, 7, 2 is 2, 3, 4, 8, 6, 8. Hurting pretty bad there.
Yes, sir. I don't know if I mentioned it, but yes, there is shocking damage on Beatrice's attack.
Yeah, no, I'm tracking all of that. There's a lot of status effects over his head right now.
Oh, I'm gonna need a separate calculator.
I currently have 3 open. I keep opening and closing and
Okay, could you do a calculation for me?
What about a calculation now?
No, I need a separate calculator to do this. Because of how many arrows that Phelan's gonna fire for his volley.
How many arrows? Are you really gonna try and drain your mana like a dingus?
No, not all of it.
Okay. Half of it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. Give me the number of arrows and I'll try and math it.
It's gonna be 10,345 times 25. Because that is 51% of his mana.
So that's 258,625.
Wait. Say that again slower, please.
10,345 times 25 is 258,625.
Okay. And
Okay, so add
then
that.
we do the dice roll.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and add that. So 2, 5, 8, 5.
Dice roll say okay, 74. Okay, I've got the damage of this cat added up. It is going to be 295,666.
Gonna be 200
Demon critical.
Shut.
295,000.
295,666.
That's V12. 4 plus V11 times 4. Huh? Fine.
Yon's doing big numbers too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job.
Yay.
Alright. Is that half of its health? What's its health start at? Almost there.
I'd say
Almost
we're doing
halfway.
pretty good.
Doing pretty good. I gotta bounce back to the big nerd with his own music. What? Yeah, with your own music again. Yo, nerdy blur. What you gonna do?
First aimed at the fucking sweet spot on this big bastard. So it's going to be with my AT rounds, the highest list of fun ones, 90,628.
Gonna be what now?
95,628.
Okay, so that's yours. And Gloria uses one skill and does 270,126. Jesus Christ.
Broken bunny pobs of doom.
Oh, she uses her hammer. This is a big. So, like, this is literally an overhand swing when its head is down. And she just cracks it right on top of the noggin. And gives a good. What is the word? What's the word here?
She rang its bells, what?
No, it hurts. It's also. Yeah, it's stunned. 701. Even when it splits its stun, it's still got another 2 stacks of stun, which opens time for Drake to do. God damn! With his skill. Hold on. His skill's gonna be stupid with his stats. Okay, so. Let's see. To a maximum of 75,850 additional damage per swing. And Drake did 318,948.
Jesus.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Noro's going to grab Kevin by the jaw and just. Shut up forever. When on this, I kill, drown in magma, if you tell.
He just kind of gives a nod, being very quiet.
For literally one single attack, Kevin can glimpse the elf Noro.
He is starstruck.
And he is very aggressively going to use. I'm not even going to just try and stab it or anything, just a. Best way I can describe it is a blunt force trauma from an ice rock fucking side thwomp.
Oh.
Noro's magic is the whomping it to. Yeah, of course, the one with the fucking veterans fighting, it would fall faster. 9. Okay. Alright, so it's down to 9,627,000. God damn! Noro shaved off 9 million points of health.
Sheesh.
Jesus.
And he returns to normal.
The big question is, does Sylvain know about this form?
The fuck
Probably
did
not.
it came from?
Yeah, but does she know about it?
That is a good question. Meanwhile, in the kill. I'm feeling disturbance and all things right.
Smorb click tongue flickies.
Ah, that's a lot of damage. Ouch. Wow. This thing is sore. Would you like to stop here or just keep going? I mean, I'm just here.
I say we end it, go until we finish the fights.
That could take a while.
Okay.
Alright.
That's just me. What about the other nerds?
I mean, if we get it down to half health and it looks like we're definitely going to win the fight, then I don't mind auto-chessing at that point. I just want to have,
Same.
like, some practice with the group, like, actually strategizing and seeing what the monster's about.
Yeah.
Well, we will bounce back to you little youngsters. Oh. What did I have? I don't think I got pulled out of keto, but I think that Parmesan cheese is not agreeing with me.
Some you may discover that you have a light allergy to dairy.
I've never
That's-
in my life been lactose intolerant.
It can happen.
But now
Yeah.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. If I drink whole D milk, fine. Any type of 1%, 2% always gives me stomach pain.
It's because that's not milk. It's just
Expect-
water with a little bit of cheese in it.
So that's what mozzarella is usually made of, is that part skim shit.
It shouldn't be. It should just be made with milk. So if you can find mozzarella that's not made with part skim bullshit, yeah, you'll have good milk. or
By
good
my
mozzarella.
math, I've had maybe 24 carbs today.
Nice.
Let's see, because let's see, 3 carbs from the pepperoni, 1 carb from 1 meat stick, so 4 carbs there, and about 20 carbs because, well, even I don't know if even the meat. I use cheese and butter on the cauliflower and broccoli, but then there's a jalapeno ranch. One serving it only has 2 carbs, and a serving of it is like 2 tablespoons, and I didn't eat a tablespoon. It might just be because I haven't had spicy stuff in a while, and my stomach's not liking the spicy.
That is a possibility.
It could be going, wait a minute, what's all this now? Anyway,
All right. Oh, that's kicking my ass though. Like, there's no fucking way I got pulled out of keto just tonight from one meal. One meal that was, ironically, keto pork chops was the recipe. Followed from a fucking keto blog.
Who?
Ugh. Alright. You hoodlums, what do you want to do now? You'll get your numbers, by the way, Fionn? Well, you already did your Fionn. You already did your... Alright,
Yeah,
that's
I was
good
gonna
job,
say.
though. And you left arrows everywhere. They didn't all stick. Well, that's not true. They all stuck in and left arrows everywhere on it. But you know what those arrows did?
What?
freeze.
Huh? Bounce?
Oh, well, no, they stuck. Most of them stuck. A couple of them flung, but all the ones that did stick, sin. Now that is going to hurt. Let's see. Each one of these gets applied with that ice spike skill. That ice spike skill does. Well, you know what's worth 63% of his mana, I guess. Alright, so each one does, let's see, initially does 2002? Why 2000? You don't know, I don't care. Damage plus. Okay. Wait, where's Sin sheet? I have too many tabs open on the computer. Eh. I need assistance. There's too many tabs. Okay. So now I need a calculator. Calculator. So 242 divided by 15 equal. God damn it! I did it again. Keep clicking the minus sign when I mean to click the division symbol.
Stop it.
No. So
Desist.
no. Can't make me.
Bad.
2, 4, 16, 3, 8, 2, 7. And you fired 25 arrows.
Yes.
And okay, so that means both of them stuck. Crap. I really gotta take a dump again. Yeah, something's messing with my stomach. Children, please talk amongst yourselves. I just have to go to the. God, this is fucking up my guts. I don't know what it is. I'm really pissed though. This fucking recipe they used. What is that fucking bag? Oh, veggies. Where were the veggies?
It might be because you ate 7 entire cauliflowers.
Well, he said florets. That's the little part, not the entire thing.
Oh, okay, that's a lot less. I was imagining just like the entire head of cauliflower. Like, what? No, that's too much. I'm sorry, they're a Texan. Everything's bigger.
Giggity.
Alright, let the
Giraffity.
Dab.
Yeah. Giraffity. Yeah, that's not mine.
let's see if I can do this. It would help if I type, wouldn't it? Plus.
Only marginally. Could just beam your thoughts directly into the computer.
Eric, I'm sending you something that I think you'd think would be cool.
Okay. That is a shitload of stamina, but she is willing to expend it.
Yeah.
And all of her mana.
Yeah. Because for Fionn, his new skill, it's. Hold on, let me look at it again. It is 5% stamina to activate it, 3% mana for the first, and then 2% for each additional. 2% for each additional arrow. Or his mana. So he's got some big ouchies.
Alright.
You sort of smell like a baka.
I'm glad you like that. It amuses me.
It amuses me too. Ehrenjäger. Where did that come from?
I could eventually find you the link for it, but it was like on Omegle or something.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Let me see.
That computer made up a bourbon barrel. I can dig it.
Listen up, Lieutenant. What first sergeant doesn't know won't hurt him. Won't hurt us.
Oh, that reminds me, I gotta send you something candy cane.
Oh,
See if I can find it again. Wayne sent it to me. I figured you might enjoy it.
All right. So apparently there was an air show all week at the airport near where I work, and
sorry.
so they're flying jets overhead all the time, and one of them was actually flying really low and basically shattered one of the windows across the street.
Eh,
It's like,
Probably that
oh,
plane was supersonic while the rest of it was subsonic.
I was like, oh, who's gonna pay for that?
Air Force.
Do you
Air
just
Force.
do you just
Yeah,
send
they
a letter to the Air Force?
Yes.
Like, hey, assholes.
He-
I will be right back. I'm getting a food.
Okay. That is a lot of that. That's gonna make a very big bang. Holy hell.
How do you even like prove that it was the Air Force's fault though? Just be like, hey, I took these pictures on the same day that your airplanes were flying overhead. Pay me.
No, just call them like, hey, during the air show, one of the jets was flying real low, and because of how fast it was going, it shattered one of these glasses, one of these windows.
I just remembered I gotta go make dinner. I gotta go.
Oh, okay. I mean, it is
Okay.
10 o'clock.
hmm
I'm making some big numbers for Beatrice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We can let Beatrice do her big numbers.
Yeah, I mean, you guys keep playing. I can fucking wait. Keep doing the thing. I gotta go.
Okay, go do the food, nerd.
And it's not just for me.
Awful.
That's the worst part.
Go to the food.
Do it. Anyway, so
Also,
like, how do
here.
you prove that?
I don't know, honestly.
Let's see, what else do I need to... Alright.
Also, I sent what I sent to Meg to the shitpost for y'all to take a gander at while we wait for the dumb. Oh, excuse me.
No, you're not excused.
Oh. You wound me, Fox. I am now sad.
Excellent. Oh, wait, hold on. Excellent.
Alright.
I
I have calculated.
I still can't go very low on this modulator because it starts to get robotic.
That's okay. You should turn it off for a minute.
Me.
No,
It's killing me. Oh my god, my stomach.
but I will put it back to normal.
Okay.
I'm back. So,
Welcome back.
whose turn was it?
I am not sure, but I have prepared a number for Beatrice
Okay, go
because
for
she
it.
is ready to go all out.
Alright. Get him, big warrior.
Alright, so if it is her turn, she is going to use her glissade.
Just give me the damage numbers, please.
All right. Her damage number on that. She also activated Storm and Blaze's abilities, so she pouring on the damage for a grand total of 373,640.
Ooh.
Oh, heck.
Why were we doing this damage at the start? No, you saved the big attack for the last, obviously.
By the way, we're not gonna auto chest this guy when you get to half health. You don't want to do that. Trust me.
Well, okay.
Where'd Dirk go?
He's making food. They'll be back.
Okay. So holy fuck, I can really taste actual sugar now, and it's aggressive.
It's in everything, isn't it?
Even my fucking Pepto Bismol for my stomach that I just took. Currently trying to wash taste the sugar down my mouth. Not a big fan.
Sparkling water might help.
I just got normal poor boy water. Okay. Y'all want to do something? I mean, I'm already calculating shit for like a mom here.
I imagine Farag, you could really use Beatrice's attack there. All them shadows everywhere.
How do I put up that?
I gotta figure out what my next attack is. What's everyone's HP look like?
Fion's at full. Fiona's fine.
Okay.
I think the only ones who are hurt are the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the tank look like?
Well, one's back up to 73%, the other one's back up to 88%.
Alright, so tanks are fine. Is there any spirit shenanigans I can do here?
There is a observer spirit who seems to be an archer of some kind.
Well, we're kinda in the middle of combat, so I can't exactly meditate to talk to them, but Naibai will take notice of them and think to themselves, well, don't just sit there and watch.
That's what they're doing.
That's exactly what they're doing, and it's annoying Naibai.
Should they help or something?
It's just... It's the first time Naibai's been allowed to feel feelings for a while. Let her be irrational.
That's fair, 100%. Nothing.
But now you got me curious. I wonder who they are. Ugh. That's basically gonna take Naibai's turn. Everyone's healed up. They're not in immediate danger. They're just doing a quick scan for spirits in the area to see what's going on with that. And of course, they can see, the two soul weapons. Alrighty then.
I'm doing numbers too.
Oh, okay.
Many numbers. All numbers.
Man in numbers.
Yeah. Alrighty then. Faraji's like, yay! Flurry of skills. Let's go down. Let's go down to 6. Still a good bit of curve. Not too bad. Yes. Come on. Tippity typing.
I see it popping up on my Dropbox. It said, bloop, it's edited. It's been edited.
Yeah, I hate that autosave bullshit. There's nothing you can do.
It's been edited.
That is a dollar sign. I need a percent sign. Thank you. Okay. So Faraji might be the straw that breaks the camel's back at this rate.
Heck, hopefully. Getting tired.
We can stop.
No.
Must defeat.
Kill.
The fops wants blood.
Nah, I know that we're not gonna kill it this session.
Yeah.
But, damn, Faraji unleashed very violent thing.
No.
He recognizes the threat of it. So what he got to do was basically think of him using something similar to Glizod, but only using all of those nice little shadows all over this thing's body. But you don't even see him once he goes into a single shadow, and it's enough of a shadow because they're not moving. That's the thing. They're moving it'd be hard, but because they're nice and stationary for him, he's able to
Mhm.
jump across arrows right into Beatrice's shadow, into this thing's shadow, and then up. And you just see every time you just see a hand just kind of stick out of the shadow and twirl that ceramic and then stab it somewhere in the soft spot and just disappear. And it does that all over its body a total of 34 times.
They twirl the rabbit every time.
He is
Well, that's his weapon.
he's very fucking stylish. Did you not watch that video that Ivy shared that is basically Faraji's energy?
Faraji is Zulius.
He is basic, because of his personality, you could 100% mistake him for like Zulius's type of like trans bicon behavior.
Trans bicon, oh my god.
Yeah, it's a transsexual bicon icon. I love it. Trans bisexual. But no, he's very just he's content with himself all the time. You ever wonder how much bacteria is in something? That's what I'm wondering right now when I'm looking at this. Anyways,
Several.
243,636 damage. Yes, it's finally hit the halfway point on its health.
Woo!
Yeah, event.
Woo!
Cliffhanger!
Is that where you want to
Or
leave it? Or do you want to leave it there when you see, like, you've managed to bring this thing down to its knees, and it's literally on its hands and knees. And you can hear, like, this construct, this night, just with that panting of, it's really just, it hurts. But that really doesn't stop it from extinguishing the fire on it by kind of secreting a sort of thick sap over its body.
Sap that's not flammable?
Right.
Heresy.
Well, sap necessarily isn't flammable, but resin is.
It would be really concerning if you just cut a tree open and it started burning. Just like, why nature?
Alright. So the problem is now all those status effects are just clearing off over its head.
What
So,
if
just they're just kind of dropping. And a couple of buffs are popping up. And because Sin has a bad feeling, he does warn you to get away. Run!
already halfway away, so I'm good.
Beatrice will do exactly that.
Yeah, and I was just gonna go back to the way that they came in, as far away as they can without like leaving the battle.
Okay, so apparently Beatrice is very concerned because I rolled a 97 core.
Ah, yeah.
So she gets a 97 and her 252, so she's bolting like hell.
Good, because that was it activating a skill. It's an auto-activated skill at below half health. And what you see it do is as it's leaking that sap, it grabs its, sword, and it stands up and then plants it into the ground after covering it in that sap. And upon doing so, you watch, and you can kind of hear it coming from behind you. The sound of rupturing ground and wood as essentially just various colored spikes tear from the ground. The same kind of wooden ones that they had fired at you, but much larger. Those deep, uncomfortable purplish ones, and those almost polished iron looking ones. And it does this in a radius of exactly 100 feet.
Okay, so Beatrice is well clear of that. Because she got herself a grand total of 349.
Everyone managed to run away, thankfully, successfully.
Damn, with all these skill buffs, yeah. If that was core raw, nobody'd escape that.
Oh, those are not good, though. Sin has to try and rethink a plan. Because it's regenerated the damage to its legs, so it's able to stand. It is still covered in arrows. Faraji didn't technically get away, but he's safe because he was in its shadow.
Okay.
He does come running out of the edge of this forest of death, though. With holy shit, I'm scared. And then I realized I was 100% safe because it would have stabbed itself. But then I had a mild panic attack. Like, no, it'd probably stab itself to kill me. So I panicked. So I hit it in its crotch.
It won't stab you.
Fion, make the arrows go deeper. Just like make arrow go fast, arrow go deep.
It's just basically caterpillar arrow.
Yeah.
It's crawling in.
They got barbs on them, right? You weren't dumb and got bodkin arrows or
It
something.
is worth noting, though, it did regenerate back to 14 million flat health.
Oh, Jesus.
Ah, dick.
Ah, I see. It's ready now. It's also, boss rules. It has 3 actions a turn now.
Oh,
Rude.
Dick.
Right? Third action is literally it. Alright, let's see. Ooh, okay. I'm not gonna ask Naibai, they'll win. Well, actually, they might not.
I don't know, we'll see what I roll.
D100!
huh?
I need you to give me a D100, because what it does is it swings its sword. But that's the concerning part. When it swings its sword, you immediately see only 3 rows, but 3 aggressively and rapidly moving rows of those little spikes crawling towards you.
Hold on a second.
And this is agility?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Now this is for Nightbite.
Oh, it's for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got a 500 flat.
do I need to roll 2?
I'm back.
You do.
Okay.
Unless
And
you
this
hit
is
one of these. Everyone.
an agility roll, you said?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Alright,
Where
dice.
did these bites come from? What the fuck?
Let's see, that plus.
Just look at my arm. I got like 6 mosquito bites all of a sudden.
Yo, mosquitoes.
They're all grouped up in the same spot too. Like, what the fuck? At least move
There's
around.
probably one mosquito that made multiple attempts.
Oh.
So I got a 271.
Managed to avoid it. Go on.
I got a 180.
Ooh.
Nice. Transfer that into an ollie.
All jokes aside, that's ouch. That's gonna need medical attention.
Oh no.
Is Nabai nearby?
Yeah, that's gonna need immediate medical attention from Naibai, because Fionn went to dodge and he caught, thankfully, one of the polished iron looking ones, but it's why it went so deep. It actually was a clean punch through before it recoiled back out. But it's essentially kind of at a slight angle, pushing through the, what is that? Solar plexus, roughly?
Yeesh.
Oh.
Okay, so using her extra speed, before the pain has a chance to set in fully, Naibai's going to grab Fionn with their sling and just yank them off of that spike and drag them out of the battle arena. And
Nice. You might want to go over there near Lion Mama, who just hasn't been touched by any of this yet.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like that might be the safe area.
oh, okay, over there. But either way, they're immediately doing a healing touch and patching up major wounds.
It is worth noting that Raji and Shizuna owe their life to Mob.
Oh,
Ow.
oh, and that's on a 12-turn cooldown. Oof.
Mm. Both
Alright.
missed my heart. So I guess that's okay.
Mob, you okay over there?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Naiva's going to throw a couple of health potions over there anyway.
Janai will let you know. You might want to throw an antidote.
Yep. Alright, Naibai will use a skill to quickly make an antidote and throw that over there too.
We've got some in our. We've got some of those in our inventory.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to access that right now because
No,
it's
I'm
taking
telling
both.
Naibai.
Oh yeah, I do have
So she
one
doesn't-
pre-made. Okay. Yeah, that saves a skill then. Okay, there you go.
So then you've learned the ouch way that he has range.
Mhm.
We knew he had range before. He was shooting us.
Yeah, no, he has multitudes of range, but now you confirmed that he has area attack.
It's a really big fucking area attack too. Alright, well, time to be serious about this.
100%. If this was anybody else, they'd be dead. But because it's Mob, he'll be all right. But it's probably gonna take him a good while to recover from this little injury, because he got hit with two of the iron ones and one of the purple ones. And the purple one's the problem. The iron ones, though, one did go right through from back to side and right through from shoulder to, well, over chest, missing his heart, thankfully. The one that stuck him in the back of the leg with the purple one, that is a problem because that is already causing some discoloration.
And it's not like you can just cut it off, because it still takes some time to regenerate. Here I am without any holy water.
I'll be alright. Just. Shizuna is going to opt to assist with medicine. Thankfully, they also have healing magic, so they're able to deal with the entire chest situation as soon as they can. Now they just have to deal with the poison situation, for which they're, going to give the antidote and use a little kit that they brought to try and detoxify the area. Not one of those mouth kits like a dumbass. It's an actual pump kit. God, he wins this roll. You win this time, Mob, you bitch.
So I'm guessing Fiona's unconscious or near unconscious because of this.
That is life point damage, my dude.
Yeah, so basically how life point damage is going to be treated in here, because you took, thankfully, one, it only cuts 10% of your maximum HP off.
Oh.
I mean, you can't go, like, your max HP is 10% lower at its max. Yeah, so. It does that for everyone until you have 100% of it gone, and then you just...
Blit. Just like the other game, except it's a percentage now.
Yeah, and I would not alter that specific number in the sheet, but put a number beside it to compare.
Yeah. Oh.
Because then I would have to come in and fix it.
Now you've got Bonnie, Raji, and Sin able to do the attacks.
Alright, what's the stimulant do again?
Makes everything burst.
Let's see. Anti-paralytic is what it does.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay.
Just like in real life, we don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Toxic enemy. So now you know what happens if the purple ones touch you or injure you. So please. Yeah, I was trying to do the math, but given how tall Yoan is, on the angle they're coming for it, they just would have went right towards center mass.
Yeah.
Alright, if I put some tempo stim on bandages and stuck that on Fionn, what's that gonna do?
Well, he's not paralyzed, but it would have the added effect of stimulating some tissue growth, so it'd help him heal. It'd help him clot a lot faster.
Alright, this is a pretty big wound, so I'm gonna give him a tempo leaf and bandage over the chest.
Yeah, bandages, they remove 5 stacks of bleeding.
True.
Sutures, if you have them, remove 10 stacks.
Unfortunately, I'm not a field doctor. I'm only here to patch up the big holes.
Fionn has sutures in his inventory.
Well, then Fionn can use them, because I don't know how to use them.
Does Fionn look like a doctor?
Why's he got them, then?
I thought we were all given a bunch of stuff at the beginning.
Well, we were. I wasn't given any sutures.
Okay. Since Derek's not here, I'm gonna have to formulate this plan.
We can just pick this up next session, just like, Derg, you left and everything went to shit.
You know what? I do like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
You left us to
Fion's got
die,
a
you
hole in
fuck.
his chest.
Mob's got 3 holes in them.
Well, technically, he only has one hole that is currently being dealt with now, thanks to Shizuna using one of our healing spells to shut the other ones closed. The internal damage he can heal himself, but she's keeping him from bleeding the fuck out. Of
Yeah.
course, he's currently dealing with he went from initial damage, 1 stack of poison. By the time they got him carried over there, 3, and by the time they gave him antidotes, he was up to 8, and now he's back down to 5.
Oh.
Thankfully, 1 antidote can cure all your stacks of poison. It just takes it a minute to run through your body and do so.
Yeah. So, but no, really, is Fionn conscious or is he unconscious?
He's slipping in and out there.
That depends on how you react to the initial shock of, there's a hole in your chest, and now it's gone.
I think he would flip in and out of consciousness, kind of, because he's so worried about his team now.
I mean, if your soul does decide it's going to yeet, I mean, Naibai right there, they're just gonna grab it and go, no, you stay.
You got a point. No, you're standing here.
It's like,
Just
no,
using just Naibai using spirit arm to push Fion's soul back in his body. No, stay. You're not going anywhere now.
Peacefully rising out of your body, finger to lips. No, no, no.
No.
No. Lemon pledge. See, that's the trick. You have to confuse them so that you have an opening.
Good idea. If you hit 0 here, your ass will wake the fuck up in the guild.
Yeah. It's
The
just
guild's
up
aware
until
that
that
you're
point.
going through relaxation and training, so they do expect somebody to pop up at some point.
Mm-hmm. So, but you said it's a through and through, right? The wound.
Pretty clean.
It's not a sucking chest wound, is it?
Close, so no.
No. Okay.
No, it barely missed your lung.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, yeah, that's good.
Because if it's a sucking chest wound, then Naibai would have had to cover both sides on an exhale. So that, what's the term? When your chest cavity fills with air and you can't breathe anymore.
Pneumothorax.
Pneumothorax, yeah.
Does the mending touch not close up those wounds?
Mending touch does close up those wounds.
Okay, so then
Oh.
that's not even something you gotta worry about.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you do have to worry about it because it takes 12 rounds for that to reset, so don't do it again.
Yes, because Fionn purposefully ran chest first into a spike. I wonder if this
Obviously.
hurts. Oh yeah, it hurts.
Obviously, I mean, everyone else got away except for Mob. And, Mob likes getting hurt. Duh.
Well, that is entirely because fucking Shizuna and Faraji managed to trip over each other while running, is what I'm chalking it up to, and he moved in front of the idiots because he knew he had enough mass. They seemed to stop when they stabbed something, so he's
Yeah, fair enough. That's logic right there.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Don't do what he does. Do as he says, not as he does, because kind of cheating when it comes to taking mortal damage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. After those hits, though, after this, he'll probably sleep for 2 or 3 days. That's the trade-off. He can push his body to the brink of fucking death a lot. But once he's done doing that, fucking somebody's bed is becoming his bed.
I mean, the man's had half his brain removed.
Yep, and it grew back. Fuck you, nature.
Fuck you, nature. The neurons grew back in their position.
Just see Fionn tilting his head up. Oh, ow.
Naibai, obviously concerned, but trying to make light of the situation. Do you need a barrel?
Alright, so we'll stop it.
Okay.